Okay, we're in the final hour of trading for the day. Let's go into the portfolio and see what we have here. Look at the top of the screen. We have the Dow down 0.3, the NASDAQ down 0.3, and the S&P down 0.3 pretty much. 0.36, 0.24, so they're all down about 0.3. What are we down? 0.3. So we're outperforming. Once again, we're performing in line. That's what we want to see. We were down 5K today. Now we're only down 14. We made a strong comeback. Available for withdrawals at a healthy level. When it hits 0, that's when you get margin calls. So here we go. We scroll down. C's are holding up good, holding up well. GOF is showing some strength. I'm doing a video on that tomorrow. I just did a video on RIB today, right before this video, so check that one out if you can. I did a video on these C's the other day where I have most of my money, okay, over 400K in the C's, GOF 20. Anyway, let's look at the day's gains first, the percentage changes first. So this column, that's how you keep track of everything. You go down percentage change first. Let me reorder everything. Market value, always order this way. Now percentage change, we go down. Market value is always highest to lowest, so nothing gets away from you. Okay. All my focus is at the top, therefore, with the C's. Okay, they're in line with the market, what you want to see because they're market related. Okay, bonds, GOF, I said, bond-related things, showing some strength today. SDIV is overseas. Like that's been on fire lately. I've been making plenty of videos about overseas holdings, especially like this fund EDF. It's holding up well. It's been on fire. Emerging market bonds. It's not down enough to buy today. Is there anything that I can buy today? Is there anything that's down in this weakness? USA down 0.74. Interesting. I'm only at 0.18, so I'm not too far above my cost basis. I have been trying to improve my yield and exposure to the S&P. I'm at 228. Let's just round it up to 230 for now. Might as well go ahead and do it. When it's a down market like this, you have to capitalize. So USA, $7,000. We're going to add to that right now. Is there anything else we should look at? Is there anything else that pops out? FCO up 4%. That thing's been on a tear for me, 19%. That's also emerging markets like EDF. They are really making a wild comeback as China reopens. And that should be about it for income funds. These are all smaller stocks and miscellaneous funds in the 800s. These are my shorts here. I made another video on shorts. You can check that out. SARK, SPXU. They're just small hedges. I just did a video on high maintenance names, how they siphon your equity. These are my puts. Don't worry about that. See this 228 number. In order for me to run this number properly, I have to keep in mind maintenance. Okay, so let's look at the maintenance real fast so I can show you because I've never made a video on the numbers of maintenance themselves. See, you can see the maintenance excess here. Okay, I'm going to do a specific video on it, but I just want to show you briefly because I haven't yet. See how these higher risk names are 100% maintenance here? This is what you want to avoid. That's why I don't have much money in them. Most of my money is concentrated in these 30% names, okay? So that's how you get the most out of this number right here, this purchasing power. 500,000 roughly. Every dollar in a brokerage account equals $4. So if you have high maintenance names, if you use 100% on 1,000, if you put $1,000 on 100% name, it takes up 1,000 of your equity. If you use $1,000 on a 30% name, it only takes up 300 of your equity. So you can use the other 700 to play around with and do whatever you want. And so here's the estimated income. Let's check it out before. Okay, 94.6. Okay, 94.6. Now let's go see after when we buy USA. So go to USA. We're gonna go ahead and add 1,000 to this fund. USA 7,000. I need to get up to 10,000. Okay, it's already making a comeback for the day. Go ahead and buy this. Snapshot 10.5% dividend. Not bad. It used to be 12 the lows. 1,000. Again, this is for my market exposure and to offset the decay that comes from the other income funds up top. The other income funds like the C's and Riv, and Gof, they're not designed to move up considerably. But USA, as you can see on its chart, just want to show you the margin. Margin went up by 1,000 there. I have 800 to spend to be at 230 because my margin debt's 5% interest, so I'm just 5% on 230 is kind of my max. 230 is my max. Okay, USA, look at it on a chart from left to right. As you see, we have 8,000 in it now versus 7. So it's had to come back off the lows. That's where it was yielding 12%, but 10.5 is still good. Okay, if the S&P yields 7 per year on average, and this is 10, plus you get the capital gains. See, look at the chart here from 2020. 2022 went from 4 to 9. So it has the ability to move higher over time, whereas something like the C's, they tend to move sideways over time. Oh, C's. I abbreviated C's in here. It's going to be obviously CLM. And you can see how they move sideways typically. Look at this on a max chart, sideways. Most people will be scared of that chart, but the truth is this dividend, 19%, call it 20 times 5 years, 100% payback in 5 years. So it's all cash flow after this point. So you don't care what the stock does, go up, down. That's the concept of this channel, using margin and dividends to beat the market no matter what the market does. All we want to do is pay back this margin number. Okay, 229. Let's just call it 230 because I'm going to buy something now. But 230, and if I'm making 95K income, well then by next year that should be about 130, and in 2 years that's completely gone. So this is the way to live, and all of my bills are paid out of this. As you can see, my account, if you're following my channel, my account's down a few grand in the last couple of days. Not only has the market been down, but I've been paying bills. So everything comes out of this. So let's go look at our estimated income. Well, let's buy one more thing. Is there anything that was weak that I should capitalize on to round that number up? Even to 229.5. Is there anything I can add, just a small amount, like 300 too? These stocks, like Citigroup, they're really cheap. Citigroup's cheap. Mo is cheap. It has a 10% dividend, almost at these levels. Up 2% though. I can't buy that today. Is there anything that's down significantly? SLG, real estate. I am down in my cost vision in that, but 12%, 13%, but I already have too much in that for one stock. I like to put all my money behind funds, not stocks. Stocks can blow up on you and never come back, whereas a fund has the protection of other names, and the dividend can usually pay back whatever losses it's having. Okay, so I'm looking at USA 8, 8, and 8. QYLD, we're still down on that cost position. Okay, maybe I'll just add 300 to QLD. Okay, every day you gotta add, you gotta push it, you gotta add where you can. It has a 13% dividend right here, so okay, I'm comfortable with that. This is just going to round my margin up to 229.5. I like even numbers so nothing gets away from me. Buy here, okay. All right, so that concludes our moves for the day. I'm not going to do anything else. 229.5. I'm going to keep my margin there. I don't want to just use all my dry powder in one day. We have a long year ahead of us, so 229,005. Okay, let's check out the estimated income. See what it did for us. Okay. So we're at 94.7 now. So, 100 and, a little over $100 increased our income for the year. But every day you do this, and eventually you get your income back up to pretty substantial levels. This number will be over 100 when you factor in quarterly dividends and when you factor in my plans for mid-year when I increase my leverage again. As the margin gets paid down and my equity builds up, I'm going to roll that into more leverage, and by the end of the year I'll be making well over 100K this year. Plus you factor in DRIPS, the dividend reinvestment program from the C's, and that alone is going to grow my income by another like 4 to 5K. We have a video on the drips and the C's, and when we receive the actual drip next month, the dividend, and we reinvest it at the NAV, I'll make a video on that and show you proof that these things are, you know, they're investing these things at a NAV price. See 1.6 here, 1.6. They gave me a 17% gain right off the bat because that's the premium. This is the premium that you get at NAV. They invested it at the share price is $6.50. I don't even believe the stock even hit that in the open market price. So you're getting these reinvestments at NAV that are really going to juice returns over the year. So anyway, if you like this video, click like or subscribe. Stay tuned for more, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.